I was muted. All right, there is an error with going live over on Facebook.
Your male co-star.
Okay, there we go. We are live. Now let me just make sure that I'm on the right setting over
Your
here.
male co-star.
There we go. I am. Alrighty. It is freezing here, so I'm freezing and I'm eating ice. Well, I was. So I have a robe on. It's cold. It is very, 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 very cold. Okay, very, very cold. I I'm trying to force myself to stay up. Um, just for a little while longer until my husband gets home. I'm tired, but I need to stay up. So I said I'll go live. I'm trying to stay up until he comes home because they had a soccer match today, and so yeah. But as soon as he comes to that door, I am going to bed. Going to sleep, okay? But I need to stay up. So I said about 30 minutes. He probably will be home, like, hopefully, I'm hoping that he's home in like 30 minutes. Oh, God, I'm hoping that he's home in like 30 minutes because I'm tired. Long night last night. Didn't get any sleep really today. He woke me up when he left here and I couldn't go back to sleep. Um, and then I had to clean up the aftermath of last night in trying to complete the because I was like, I don't want to. I've learned my lesson with trying to do last minute orders like the day of when it's multiple shirts that I have to do. So I stayed up to make sure that they were done where I felt like I still had like time if anything went crazy. But if I would have waited until today to do them and something went haywire, I would have been panicking. So I stayed up really late yesterday, technically this morning. And yeah, it's catching up to me. It's catching up to me, but my husband is still out of the house. So I'm trying to keep the eyeballs open. Keep the eyeballs. Ooh, I'm ashy. Trying to keep the eyeballs open. Um, okay, let's go ahead and share this. Hold on. Breezy is in the MIA today. The North American leg of the tour kicked off tonight, and Breezy, Chris Brown, is here. What's something you'd never buy? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. All right, why is it not? There we go. Let's go ahead and get our share on. Okay. Do 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 do. Copy, share, group. Oh, well, you're hearing the TV. But yeah, MJ's actually asleep. MJ will be up soon and then be up all night long, which I have to get him to kind of like probably this weekend, but we need to start reversing that because he will be up all night long, sleep all day, but be up all night. He really tried to reverse it today, but he ended up going to sleep around like 6:30 ish, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there. Because by 7 o'clock, I was calling him to feed the dogs, and he was knocked out, so I had to feed the dogs. But he'll be up at some point, and then he will be up all night long for a day in the morning, and probably go to sleep somewhere around like 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow. Um, But Zainimani is definitely up. He is definitely up. He doesn't go to bed until one of us puts him to sleep because he has epilepsy. Well, one, he doesn't like to go to sleep by himself anyway. But we don't really like for him to go to sleep by himself because he has epilepsy and his seizures only happen at night. Um, well, not even say at night. It only happens when he's sleeping. He could have one. He's only had one in the daytime, like really like daytime, like nap time. And that was at school. No, I'm sorry, twice, because he had one at nap time when he was like 3, when he was at preschool. But for the most part, they happen at night. So we always lay with him for 30 minutes. Normally, if we get past that 30-minute window, he won't have a breakout seizure. So, yeah, we'll always lay down with him for him to go to bed. So in about 30 minutes, so he has like 30 minutes to stay up. He's really been taking advantage of this summer, and like he's been a night owl, like because his bedtime is between like 9:30 is ideally where even would like him to go to bed at. So he's really taking advantage. Like I don't know what he's going to do. He got 2 weeks left of summer. 2 weeks left of summer. But yeah, that TV is loud. It's like that's what I told you. Like I love having them here, but I cannot wait for them to go back because like even in the daytime, Zainimani, like right now he's just watching YouTube. He's only playing his video games like during the daytime. My office sits right between the boys. Zainimani is behind me, and his TV is literally like his TV is actually sitting where my closet is, so the sound comes in like crazy. And then MJ's room is here. So when he's playing video game, it's just crazy. My room literally sits right in between them. So yeah. I never have a top. Yeah, Zainimani is having a blast. But first, hello, incredible greetings. Hello. Welcome in. So I don't have a topic. The topic is I need to stay up. So I need for you guys to ask a question, give me a topic. Oh, well, you know what? I will say this. I am trying to figure out, I really need to separate my content. Like I need to stop playing. When I'm doing lives like this, like I'm broadcasting on all platforms and all 3 of my YouTube channels, but I really, I'm tripping and it's not helping my algorithm. It's not helping my channel at all. My channels in that I keep like just kind of broadcasting to all of them because I don't know like where you guys are watching me at. But I need you guys to follow all 3 because I really want to separate the 3 channels. Yeah, it's time. I really need to separate the channels and like don't cross post content anymore. Like seriously. So I do need to figure out what content I do want to like dedicate 365 Creative Academy to, since I technically do like design teaching within Soloholics Anonymous. And honestly speaking, we're originally supposed to be like for all of our product line stuff. But if I'm being like, I don't do a lot of sublimation like that. I know. I have a sublimation line, paper and ink, but I don't really sublimate like that. Like I use more of our pigment ink than anything. So it's like, I feel like I'm always running out of like things to kind of post on, honestly speaking, but I got to figure it out. Like that's what that's supposed to be for. And then, of course, 365 Creative Academy is our teaching platform. We have a whole academy, like a website for that. And YouTube is supposed to be an extension of that. So I'm just like, yeah, what should I put on that channel? So I do have to definitely figure that out. Yeah, so my 3 channels are Soloholics Anonymous, which is all silhouette. It was supposed to be like all silhouette, the machines and the program. Honestly speaking, that was our like free for all originally. Like it's like everything on there, but it was supposed to be more so for our product line. It was my channel for my custom products because it was on my Elite Prints and Creations channel, but we have since made everything under the HS Ink umbrella. And so I just changed the name of it and just made it Honestly Speaking. I didn't want to start a whole new channel. So that's what like that one is. And that's why that one was always like a mosh posh of like stuff. And then of course, 365 Creative Academy is an extension of the Academy. But I've already started like teaching on all the other platforms, but I really like, I want to be intentional about separating the content on each of the platforms. I don't teach Photoshop via like just showing stuff. I don't. When I like mention it, like I'll show stuff and that the fact that I know like Photoshop, but I don't really do any Photoshop type stuff. Same thing with Canva. Those are not two teaching things that I really do from a like on the social media platforms. Like those are things where, hey, I put out there what I do. You get to see what I do. And if you want to learn from me, you are going to have to join some sort of class. I don't do those really. I show things like once in a while and to basically promote a class, or if I'm like doing a comparison of like Silhouette Studio, Canva, Photoshop, like it's just a comparison. It's not really like teaching it. So normally it's like in conjunction with something for Silhouette Studio, but I won't really do anything that is completely Canva related or completely or just Photoshop related on like on any platform really, if it's not a class. That ice made my lips drier than they were. They were frozen. Okay, hold on. My lips are really dry. I'll be right back. Drop your questions, comments, concerns. And my husband's here. But okay, I said 30 minutes. But I told you by 11:30 he would be here. It's actually 11:10. Wait, is that him or is that Miss Mary? Yeah, that is him. But I'm gonna get my chapstick. But drop your questions, comments. I should have at least, let's see, at least 3 to 5 of them by the time I come back. All right, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go to bed then. This is on y'all. Like y'all always say that you guys are at work when I am on, so you can't be attentive. You can't think of your questions to ask. You can't engage ask questions. Now it is 11:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all are not at work. Well, it might be some people who are at work, but for the majority of you guys, you say that you can't be engaged in the daytime because you're at work. It's now the evening. So what's the reason? What's the reason now? You guys just don't like talking to me, I see. Because it's the evening and we're still getting the same energy. How do you use the replicate button to make multi-layer outlines in Silhouette Studio? So I would not use replicate if you're trying to put multiple outlines, kind of like how I did for this shirt. So this started off as like one layer. and then you do an offset, and that gives you the bottom line of that line, and then you do another offset, and then I made that a compound path, so that makes it an outline and it leaves a gap. But that is not replicate. So yes, I can also drop the link. It's not on the shop site. You have to go directly to the Academy site. Actually, if you, I just realized that the Canva design workshop QR code is actually at the bottom of the screen. I just realized that that is there. But if you go straight to our Academy site, which is learn.365, the number, creativeacademy.com, or you just go to www.365creativeacademy.com as well, but learn.365creativeacademy.com, and you can, it might show up on the main page, which we're still revamping all of that stuff, but if you just search Canva, you're going to see our Understanding Canva 101 class, and that breaks down everything for Canva, like the ins and outs, the do's, the don'ts. So that part isn't necessarily like full on designing. I do reference some templates from Tate Martin from Nola Girl Designs, because I don't really design like that in Canva. Although I haven't worked on some stuff. I did a crown, and well, in full disclosure, I did set it up and I knew exactly how I wanted it set up in Silhouette Studio. But then I went into Canva, I opened up my template over there, and I selected the elements from Canva. Whereas in Silhouette, I just use like whatever, like footballs and all that stuff, like basketballs I had. But then I set it up in Canva. And Canva has, okay, wait, I can't show you the whole thing, but I'll show you these letters, which these came from Canva. And they were really, really cool. Ooh. But senior crowns are serious here, so I can't show you like the whole thing. But I want to show this part where like they had these like gold letters, and like that one I put the baseball stitches on that one. So all of that was done in Canva. All of like the little accent pieces. So hold on. Like these halftone dots. Like, so being able to have access to all of those without having to like download and take up space on my computer is always a bonus. But I don't really design in there. So when I have mine, it's like, it's pretty much going through it, like knowing what it can do, what it can't do, because there are limitations. It's not like Silhouette Studio for certain things. And like when you're creating vector designs, or you want to split things or crop things or just stretch out things, you can't do it there, but it has a lot of elements, and it also has, effects like glows, which you can't do in Silhouette Studio. You can't do shadows in Silhouette Studio. You can't do hyperlinks and stuff like that. So I highlight all of those things. And we are starting to do more design classes. So I did a design class for, that's what this one is here. We were supposed to have another one tonight, but we weren't able to. I'm going to try and do one actually tomorrow during the daytime. But we designed this. So it was like a couple different design techniques that I taught. You can get the playback of this, and then also be in the room for when we do the next live one. This was the notebook cover, kind of the same. It's not say kind, it's the same elements, just rearranged. And then here is like, I don't know why I have so many. So this was like the pencil wrap. This, where is the pencil? It's around here somewhere. I don't know where it went, but and then like the glue. This is like another crayon one. These are printed from two different printers. So I wanted you guys to see the difference. Like Very, very big difference in pigment and dye ink. But yeah, anywho, so that was a design class, and that was kind of a soft launch. Like this was, I opened it up for anyone. When it comes to the design classes, I want to be able to focus on designing, not explaining how Canva works. I want to explain how designing works. These are two different things. Most people think that they're the same, like, oh, I want to learn Canva. They want to kind of do it like with design, like learning Canva as they're going through the design process. But it gets frustrating when you're trying to go and do something and it like you hit a roadblock and you can't do certain things. And then that's where the question of, oh, why you can't do this? And then it like makes a class that should be maybe like an hour and a half, it's now extended because we're answering questions about how Canva works. So I highly recommend. It's only $35. It's either $30.65 or $35.63. $30 for the understanding Canva class, and it breaks down everything where things are located. Although they've made some changes, even since that class, like it's always new updates. Some things do look different, and I have to always kind of like point those out. But for our actual design, because we're gonna have like a design membership, and like every single month, maybe twice a month, we'll do a different design just to kind of get you, get you in the habit of designing in Canva. Well, in order to qualify for that, you have to have taken Canva 101 so that I know that you understand, like you're not going to be in the class asking, well, how do I splice? Like you can't splice here. If you're resizing something and you're wanting it to distort, it's not going to do that. How to select things, because it, sometimes you have to move things out of the way because it's not like a open door. It's like a glass window. So you can see through things, but you can't select the stuff that's behind it. So these are all things that I break down in the understanding Canva, just understanding how it works so that you're not frustrated. And then you can join the design classes. All right, let's see. Because I forget that I can't see comments on here from Facebook. So let me find the Facebook feed. Okay. Let's see. Can we cut a template out of a magnet printable sheets with the Cameo 4? Oh, you know what? I think I just threw it away. I had one. It matched the fan that I did, and I want to say because it was an extra one. I think I just threw it. Oh man! And trash went out Monday. I think I just threw that away. But yes, you can. It does take several passes in order to go through it, and adjusting your blade. If you have the auto blade, it's a little bit easier because it will auto adjust. I don't like the auto blade. You're gonna see me use the auto blade only because like I have like another Cameo and like I want to be able to hook that one up. Well, not the Cameo. I'm sorry. Scratch that. Portrait, and the Portrait 3 uses the auto blade. So when I do like my unboxing for the Portrait 3, I will end up using the auto blade. That will be probably the last time that you guys will see me use an auto blade. When I got my Cameo 4, the first one, once I did the unboxing, I threw the blade across the room and it's never been seen again. We've redone our floors. I have no idea where that blade went. Like I chucked it because I I know hate is a really strong word, but I hate the auto blade, especially the newer one, because you can't make it go to manual mode. So it always taps. At least with the Cameo 3 and that auto blade, you were able to set it to manual and like you could just set it yourself and you didn't have to tap every freaking time that it cuts. The new ones, it taps every time. So I don't deal with them at all. I use a manual blade in my Cameo 4. So you'll see me use it once and then I'm going to chuck it. I don't like that blade. But yes, you can cut it. You just have to keep adjusting your settings. So what do I use? I only use manual blades. I do not use autos. I only use the straight up manual, the one that you have to turn yourself. Will you be doing another design class in Select Studio anytime soon? So I really do want to run it back for, I want to do one, right? Here's my issue. I prefer my what's the word I'm looking for? My crash course in graphic designing, and just like I have a crash course, and then there's like one that is like actually about designing. And it goes over a lot of different things, a lot of different techniques and things of that nature. I prefer that. Y'all don't prefer that. That's not like, I guess because it's not attached to a specific thing, right? It's almost like some people like, they want a class. Oh, I want to learn how to design memorials. I want to learn how to design school supplies. I want to learn how to design party favors, which there's way more party favors than just chip bags, water bottle labels, Capri Sun, stuff like there's a multitude of things that you can do. I want to learn to design t-shirts, but there's no certain like a specific way to design t-shirts. I would like to be able to teach designing, but it seems like when it comes to the class that you guys are willing to sign up for, it needs to be something very specific. But then when I ask the question of, what do you guys want to learn? Like, I don't want to go off of somebody else's group and what they might be saying over there. Like, y'all are my peeps. If you're here, you're following me. That means you want to learn from me. What is it that you want to learn? And I'm always asking the question, and I get nothing at all from you guys as far as what you want to learn. So although I would like to be able to do design classes, I am being very strategic about what I schedule. It's where I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time, putting it all together, because I'm not like I don't just throw stuff together. Like, there's a lot of prep stuff before. I'm very strategic in how I do things, and having to set up both like websites, set up Zooms and all that stuff. I want to make sure it's going to be some butts in the seats. Yes, I use the manual. It used to be called a ratchet blade. Now they call, like in the system, they call it manual blade now, but it's the ratchet blade. Whether it's the black one or the blue one, it doesn't matter. It's just the one that you turn. And I thank you for that. But I mean, I can't go for one person. I need more people, like more input on what it is they want to learn. So the only reason why I'm doing design classes for Canva is because it's what's hot and popping. I prefer not to, if I'm being honest. I don't really use Canva for design stuff. I use Canva for a lot of like marketing, like my online posts. Like, I'll show you I'm not sure if you follow me on Facebook, you may or may not have seen. If you haven't, go over and find it and give it a thumbs up, give it a like, drop a comment on it. Let me go and find. Okay. So, not sure. Can y'all see that? But this it's like it's a Facebook post, but it's like not just posting a picture. There's like movement, there's elements to it. So taking my client's picture, removing her from the background, the actual like picture of the shirt is in the background, took the transparency, added a frame to put the video that I took of the shirt, took the shoe, added the outline, added a fade at the bottom, added this is designing to me. This is the design that I prefer to do, because I like for my post to pop and not just be like a regular little post or whatever. So when I think of design, like, it's setting stuff up like that. And this is something that we have gone over in my creative business program as well. But like, that's what I use Canva for. That, as well as like certain things with spreadsheets, I use it to design and set up my slideshows, things of that nature. Not necessarily like design. Like I wouldn't design this shirt in Canva. I could, but it's like that's not. I don't think to go to Canva to design things like this. But I am gonna like teach some stuff. Like I am gonna show those things because it's like what's on and popping right now. It's like if you're not teaching Canva or AI, you're kind of falling behind. And I don't want my business to fall behind. I like having my academy. I don't want to have to shut down. I don't want to have to close my academy by from not having students. So you kind of have to kind of go with the flow. Well, we have to go with the flow. So I have to teach Canva. But Silhouette, I've done so much. Like if you've taken any design class, it's like you have the resources. At this point, taking a design class is just you wanting to like practice more. Unless like there's something specific, a specific area that you're needing help in. If you have those, like 10 years is a long time. Well, I would say like the actual classes, you guys have like, for some people, they have 7 years of classes. Before we even had the academy, I was still teaching classes and they would access the playbacks via like the Google Drive. It was like in the Google Drive. And then we've had the academy for 5 years now. I've taught a whole lot in 5 years. So it's like, what else y'all want me to teach? And I'm like, that's hard to figure out unless people open their mouths. And when you guys don't, it's kind of hard to figure out what to teach. Let's see. Of course, that's a decent price. They're normally like regular, like before the 5, those were $200-$300 cutters. So of course, if it is brand new, like if it actually works and stuff like that, awesome price. I got my portrait for $45 from Walmart. Yeah, that's an amazing price. amazing price. And it's you don't have, and it's still a great machine. It's not like you have to clamor over and get the 5. If I could right now, if I could buy 5 Cameo 2s, like especially brand new, even like the one I have, well, it was brand new, even though I got it through eBay or OfferUp, one of those. If I could buy 5 Cameo 2s, I would buy them in a heartbeat. You hear me? The program is like the muscle, the machines, they will all do the same thing. One may say like the 4 and the 5 cut faster than the 3, the 2 and the 1. But if you're not like in a super rush, it's no biggie. And for me, I had multiple machines. I have 8 machines. So like the speed of the 1 and the 2 never bothered me because I had multiple machines going anyway. So I was still getting things done like efficiently. And sometimes with the 4, even though it's faster, like I feel like my cuts are a little bit more accurate with the 2. So never feel like you have to get the most updated version of the cutter. They all do the same thing. They utilize the same exact blades. So they have to cut the same way. So if you are wanting to do print and cuts, join our print and cut workshop. That kicks off next week. Woo-hoo! So if you want to learn how to properly cut cardstock, like this is technically print and cut for the middle part of this. This is Jet Pro 3G. So this is a print and cut. So stuff like that. So cutting cardstock, cutting printable vinyl, cutting sticker sheets, die cut, kiss cut, all those different things, and just learning how your machine works for an intricate cut, really simple cut, like not too many like curves. And then what happens if you have a lot of so all these different things. And then right now you can join for only $3.65. Now, the longer you wait, the more it's going to cost. But right now you get in. It is $3.65 per month, not just one time, per month, $3.65. I learned so much from you on Silhouette and want to learn Canva. I was planning on taking your Canva beginner class. So just know that that one, I mean, it is helping you to understand. If you've taken, any of my class, but Miss Sure, when it comes to me, I'm about foundational stuff. It's not quite set up like I think you asked that question before, like, is it going to be like the 30 days? That's a little bit different because I mean it's kind of set. When it comes to Canva, there's a whole lot. Like there's apps and stuff that you then have to kind of learn and get used to. Canva is really heavily driven by AI and apps. So you have to be willing to deal with like the AI stuff and then go into the apps. And that part can be a bit frustrating because of like how you have to like click on it and then like go into the app. And sometimes you have to like come back out. It's like click on the thing. Especially if you're on a phone, on a mobile device compared to the computer's a little bit easier because you can still see your design, but also see like the panel for like your apps and be able to type it and all that stuff. But on the phone, it's like it's windows and stuff that keeps popping up. So it's very aggravating sometimes. And that's another part of it too. Some people don't have a computer. They use Canva completely from a mobile device, most like like an iPad, so that you can see it bigger. But you can do stuff from your phone. The design that I showed you guys, I did this sitting in the parking lot at Walmart. Well, yeah, I was part of it. I was kind of tweaking it when I was walking around Walmart, but for the most part, I sat in the car in the parking lot in Walmart, and I did this. So I like being able to design on the go. That's what I do like Canva for that, especially when I'm working on class stuff. This is why I love doing my slideshows for classes in Canva because I'm not tethered to my computer and like I can work on it if I'm out and about, if I'm on at an appointment, this, that, and the third, I can still work on my class material. But it's hard to teach it kind of like how Silhouette is because it's just a lot of moving parts. So understanding is still about foundational. So it's essential-esque in that, I go step by step. Now I don't, of course, do it over 30 days. It is like a 4-hour session, I think. 3 or 4 hours where I kind of just went through like everything, within that. I would like to do it where I can go little by little, but I think the culture for taking classes has changed. Nowadays, there is a lot more content on social media, whether you are going to YouTube University or TikTok Community College. There's a lot of content, where people are showing how to do different things, like especially within Canva. And it's so many platforms on TikTok that will have their camera on their iPad and like they're showing stuff in Canva. So the culture, I think, of like people taking classes has dropped quite a bit. And if I'm doing something that is going to be ongoing and it's like multiple sessions, it definitely can't be, $25 for 4 sessions. Like that's not going to work. And I just don't know. Like I don't want to be disappointed. I mean, that is putting that out there and setting that up to kind of feel rejected because no one's signing up for it. So yeah, it's a little bit different for Canva. So I'm slow walking it with teaching Canva. Oh yeah, at Walmart. Yeah. So some of them, because they're probably now going to start getting the 5. I had been waiting for that 3 to go on sale. Like it was dusty. My shirt got dirty. It was so dusty. No one was checking for that thing. And I would check all the time, waiting for it to go on sale, And it finally did. Now somebody got it because there was like 2 of them there, and somebody got the other one. There's one more at a Walmart like up the street. That one hasn't gone on clearance yet. I kind of want that one too, just for the hell of it. I might get that one and do it as a giveaway. But I'm waiting on that one to go on sale because it's still pretty pricey, like $200 for that other Portrait 3. But yeah, Walmart is probably going to start rolling out the Portrait 4 and the Cameo 5 soon because I've seen a lot more stores have them on sale. Oh, thank you, Miss Cheryl. But yes, definitely start with understanding Canva 101. It is, let me see, hold on. Let me tell you exactly how much it is. Canva 101. And since I had to go over here, I'll drop the link. But it is $30.65. 3065. And like the one that's on the screen, this one kind of gives you an idea. And it was so I'll tell you what some of the feedback was from this particular class when we designed this. So it's like, actually, let me show you from what did we design first? I think the first thing that we did, was it the pencil? No, the first thing we did was, I want to say we did the glue cover first. We set the template up for this, but I want to say, and that's the only way that you're going to get these templates because they are branded. So like the Elmer's, the Crayola, they're branded. So I don't sell them. They are a free resource for the class. So that's the only way that you're going to get these templates is through the Canva back to school supply designing class. But there's, we see one of these is like, it was a different color. So being able to like change the color, like there's some background removal. For this, you would have to have Canva Pro because this butterfly is there utilizing the background remover because the whole thing was like black and it was just that one butterfly. And then we duplicated because that's the same butterfly that's there. And then it's like I taught like different techniques, like when it came to this square in the middle. I'll show you on the, and setting that up, putting the shadows. It's not your typical shadow for this because it would have been like one-sided. And then also because it's a shape, you cannot put actual shadows. So the way that I have, oh, you can't even see the shadow on this because I did change the design. It's a different design before. Let me see. Let me see. Can you see the shadow on this one? Oh, yeah. My client wanted the toxic. I call him the toxic Chris Brown, where he's sticking his middle finger. Because originally I was a little, a little more tame. But you see how there is a shadow like behind like that. Well, actually, this is the one from Silhouette Studio. So that's a vector shadow, but I did one that had the real drop shadow. What was I saying? Oh, so stuff like that, like putting a shadow on it, you can put it on pictures. You can do it on certain not graphics, certain like picture files, because you can't really put it on graphics. If you put it, what they consider to be graphics means it's vector. If you add a shadow to a vector, it's no longer vector. It becomes an image or it's just weird. Their terminology is so weird, Miss Cheryl. It does take some getting used to. I am working on a glossary of terms. This is something like I've been trying to add into more of my classes, is providing more like either whether it's on screen and it's slideshows or just like written information. I've worked on a couple guys because Canva, like their terms and stuff like that, it does take some getting used to. But how you put the shadow on things like this, you can't just use the same tool that you use to put a shadow on this. So it's like little things like that. The text, same thing. The dream part, it required 2 layers of the text in order to do the outline and the shadow. Like you cannot stack elements like you would like in Silhouette Studio. You can't stack them. You have to do it on 2 different ones, and then you have to like resize it because when you do a shadow, it shrinks. It's it's all the little things that my Canva 101, it prepares you for those things. Yes, you're how I learned to use Canva. I can't remember what the question was that day, but you went and showed just the basics, and I happened to be watching, and boy, was I happy. Yay. Hey, Miss Deidre, girl, what you doing over here? I'm sorry if I missed the answer to this. Is the manual blade the same? Yes. Oh, I'll set over there. Yes, that's the same. So they used to call it the ratchet blade, but in the system now they call it a manual blade because you manually change it. But yes, that is the same as the ratchet blade. It is bedtime. My husband's home. Last call for questions. I'm still gonna use this though. I'm gonna cut like this is the first leg of the tour. Well, not first leg, first stop. So there'll be a lot more people needing Breezy Bowl shirts. And this was it was like just the placement. I don't even know why I cut this because I was so pissed. Like I was frustrated trying to pull this little thing off. If you've ever worked with Jet Pro 3G, you know that it is pressure. So you have to like release it to get it up, or you're gonna like end up ripping it. I don't even know why I cut this. Eventually I got like, girl, take that part off. Just cut Breezy. And not the other. Well, I did need the bowl part of it. So up here, this is straight vinyl. Right here, it is vinyl on top of the Jet Pro 3G. And look, I even did some rhinestoning. Look at his ears. This one got messed up. I forgot that this particular vinyl, which is not my favorite, it's not my Caesar, it's not my one from Economy Signs. I mean, this one is from, what's the company that I love? There's some, the guy left there, and so they don't really, I don't think they sell in the US anymore or something, but it's their glitter vinyl. And it is very sensitive. If you press it for too long, you put too much pressure, too much heat, it's almost like it melted. And then when I put it on like the the parchment paper on top to protect the heat press and all of that, it got like, it melted. And so it was like on there and I didn't realize it. And I got all, like, I'm gonna tell you, I was so pissed. It was to the end. This shirt was done. Like completely done. I went to do the final press and I put that parchment paper back on, and that's what it did. I'll not tell you, I was pissed. Oh, baby, I was pissed. So I had to make this whole thing over. But I get to show it, and I think it's a really cool design. It's a really cool shirt. Like back here, you can't tell. It looks amazing. But yeah, there are some imperfections with this one. Yeah. Are any Silhouette blades reusable? No, they're not. You have to buy new ones. You cannot change out the blade. Nope. Gotta always buy a new one. Ow. But I mean, let's see. Hold on. Let me check something. Because like even my replacement blades for my rolling, just the same amount, like just for the blade part, not the whole carriage. It's the same amount as me buying a Silhouette blade. So let's see. Cricut replacement blade. They cost $12.99. That's how much a Silhouette blade is. So it's not really like, it's not something that's beneficial like in changing out just the little actual blade piece versus the whole cartridge, because this thing says $12.99, $8.99, $11.99. And then if we look up Silhouette blades, they are $12.99, $8.74, $9.99 at Walmart. Swing Design has a 3-pack for $23.99. HSN has a double pack for $16 48. Is it 2 or no? Is that 1? I don't know. But yeah, it's about the same amount, whether you're replacing the little piece or you're replacing the whole blade carriage. You look at how many you get. The one I'm looking at, it's 1. I see at Michael's there is it 1 in there or is that 2? Hold on. Oh, you get 2. Okay, I guess so. It's like $6 versus 12, but yeah, so you get 2 for $12.99. I always buy mine on sale. Like I buy mine in bulk, so I guess it's a little bit different. Now you can use the CB09 blades if you want to change it, but it's like it's not adjusting it. And it like if you were to just like if you notice like with the Cricut one, with my Caesar machine, with the Solo, with the Roland, you have to adjust it and trying to make sure it's not too deep, not out too far. It's not like in so it can actually cut. That could be a pain in the behind. I actually appreciate the fact that Silhouette blades are made the way they are, and you can't just replace it because it automatically turns and it will adjust to the proper setting. The machine, if you're using the auto blade, will have it adjust to the proper setting, or you go and you turn it. You wouldn't be able to like turn and click like that if it was just a blade that you can just take out. All of those systems, it's like you're just kind of turning it. You don't know if you've made a full turn, a half turn, a quarter turn, a quarter-inch turn, nothing like that. So I actually prefer Silhouette blades, like in how they're made, that you can either have it click to a certain setting and you know exactly where it's at. Like it has numbers on it. All the other blades don't, and it's a crapshoot. And this is why some people, their blade is out too far and it'll ruin their project. It will drag across. So like as it's moving, it's cutting areas it's not supposed to cut, or you'll have it like too short and then you go to cut and it doesn't cut all the way through. So yeah, for me, I love the fact that Silhouette is the only brand that has numbers on their blade. Well, I don't know. I can't say that because I don't know what Brother has. But like all of the ones I have, Silhouette is the only one that has numbers, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't know. So you have to remember, eBay is not going to be a great place to go for that. One, someone will like, that's a regular person selling it. That's not normally a company. So someone's going to bid on it. And some people will go and have these high bids. And if you just keep bidding on it, it's going to go higher and higher, higher. As long as it can be like bidded on higher than market value. Somebody also might be selling because they're reselling it. They're getting rid of it. It's not like from a retail store. Silhouette has sales on them all the time. Michael's has sales on them all the time. I get like big packs of them from Michael's or Swing Design for the most part. It's only like one time I think I actually got some from, so they had like a really great sale. But normally Swing Design has discounts, or I'm getting them from Amazon, and it'll come more than one to a pack. But yeah, eBay, I would not recommend it. I wouldn't recommend ordering it from eBay. But even with buy now, it's still a third party. Like it's like, that's like someone coming to you and buying a shirt. You're buying it retail and you're going to want to resell it to make a profit. So it's going to be higher than getting it from an actual retail store, like an actual store. So it's resale, not retail. Hey, princess, how art thou? Yeah, so like Walmart, it is, well, I guess like on sale because it was $13. It's like $9.99 for one. So you're paying $3 more than what you're paying for a Cricut, just a single cartridge. Like I said, you can't use the CB09. That you can do, the CB09 blades. Home Sweet Vinyl has it for $8. Heat Press Nation has Silhouette blades for $6.49. So yeah, look somewhere other than eBay. Heat Press Nation, very reputable site, has it for $6.49. It's the auto blade. I'm pretty sure they probably have some of the manual blades as well. But yeah, theirs is $6.49. So definitely check out other places. It is great catching you live. Yeah, I was trying to do an evening one. I was waiting for Even to come home. He's home now. I'm tired because I was up making shirts all night long and then had to the aftermath. But then I also had some other things I had to do. I had to fix some templates, recreate some templates. I'm going to attempt to do 100. So I made an attempt. Was that Saturday or Sunday? One of those, the 26th. What day was the 26th? That fell on or was that a Friday? Saturday. So on Saturday, I was attempting 100 posts in a day. I only got to 30, which is still great to post 30 different posts. And 30 is one of our brand numbers. So it was kind of, I like the fact that I made it to 30 because that's one of our brand numbers, 365 and 30. But I want to attempt it again this weekend. So I was working on batch creating some posts so that I can attempt to make 100 posts. I set the goal for 100. I want to get more than 30. If I don't make 100, I just want to get more than 30. I was a little scared. I was being a little chicken on Saturday. I was afraid that I would get shadow banned. I'm like, man, I can't keep, because I was on it and I was posting like boom, 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 back to back at one point. I was like, yeah, I don't want them to be like, what the hell is this girl doing? And so I got scared. And so I kind of ease back a little bit, but I'm going to try my best. Like I want to at least get through half of it on Saturday. So I was creating content, but I'm tired. I don't know if I can tell my eyes are heavy. My eyes are heavy. But I thought I would come on because you guys always say you're at work. I smell Even's Head and Shoulders way over here. That stuff is so strong. He is washing his hair. I can smell the Head and Shoulders over here. That is some strong shampoo. Goodness, Jesus. And our bathroom was way on the other side, like literally on the other side of the house. It's not right here like the boys. It is clear across. And I can smell his Head and Shoulders. But yeah, I figured I would come on later in the evening, hoping that you guys would have more questions about whether it's designing or business or machines or troubleshooting or sublimation, things of that nature, because you guys always say, oh, I'm at work. Can't engage because I'm at work. But yeah. Last call. Any questions, comments, concerns, any help, guidance you need before I hop off? Because yeah, I'm about to go put this little person's, it is midnight. He definitely needs to go to bed. Put this little person to sleep, and I'm going to sleep until, I always wake up. I try to wake up so I can go to my morning meetup session. And then sometimes I'll go to sleep right after that. But I have I can't sleep late. I have a Shopify session first thing in the morning. I have a one-on-one session for Shopify. I should probably go to bed. But that I can't be late for. Can't be late for that one. Yeah, somebody was selling on eBay $15 for a Silhouette blade. Lies you freaking tell. Lies you tell. $15 for a blade. That's why you think it's expensive. That is crazy. That's crazy work. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then like there's some like bundles of like 3 blades for like $27, $28, $29. So that comes out to like $9.66 instead of $12. So there are some deals where you can get the blades a lot cheaper. All right. No other questions, comments. Can't say I didn't offer. All right. That's y'all. Always willing to help, but if you guys don't seek this help, can't help you. I don't know what you need. So I am shoot. My knee. I would like to know, like, what are you guys wanting to learn? Because I'm trying to put together a schedule of whether it's like pre-recorded video. Because I'm going in 2026, I'm going back to pre-recorded and less live videos. Trying to figure out what to do for the design challenges come fourth quarter. I don't know what all you want to learn. Need ideas for videos for next year. But y'all don't let me know what y'all want to learn. So I have to rely on other people's groups to find out what to teach. So yeah. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Check out the Canva classes, the silhouette classes, all the classes. Like, they're great. You have unlimited access to the playbacks. I can tell you. Don't like want a new class expecting to learn something like mind-blowingly like new, because it's all the same. I don't really teach a lot of AI. That will be the only like difference for a lot of this stuff. But when it comes like to learn silhouette, if it's like a class like for party favors, it's gonna be the same information. It's not very much that's gonna change in how to, design a chip bag or pre-sewn label, memorial designs. They're pretty much the same. So yeah, invest in those classes as well. That information is timeless. I promise you, it still applies. Even if you're using version 5 of Silhouette Studio, it still applies. Okay. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace. Yep, I'm going to get some rest. I am going to go to bed. Go to bed. I'm hoping that I just don't fall asleep in Zion. That's how tired I am. Because like I said, I have to lay with him for 30 minutes. I'm afraid that I might fall asleep. I'm probably going to have to set an alarm to wake me up if I do, because I think I'm going to fall asleep in his bed. And I don't like sleeping in his bed. He's a wild sleeper. And my back will end up hurting. Peace.